welcome to Monjardinaucoin. I'm Erica, and today I wanted to plant some microgreens, and so I thought I would go ahead and do it on here so that you guys could see how I am going to attempt to do it. I've watched several different videos and read some articles and things like that on different people doing microgreens, and I'm going to kind of incorporate several of those techniques or the ideas that they use whenever I do these. This is my first time doing microgreens. I did try it on like a little, not sure what that little pad was, but it started smelling like mold and just was not working out very well. So I got these little things off of Amazon. What you do, let's see here, there are two of them here. Let's see if I can get them apart. There we go. So it has a little tray, and then where I can do bottom watering, and the roots can come through under there. There's also a little dome that I can put on top. I wanted to do it like that, but I think I'm going to not use the dome for that purpose, because I don't want any bacteria growing in there. And in fact, I have a fan that I'm going to run it during the day, because I'm going to put these inside under a grow light. So the other thing, a couple of the other things I want to talk about is seeds. So we went ahead, my daughter loves sprouts. So she does like the sandwich sprouts. She'll put them on her sandwich, in little salads and things like that. So that's pretty much what we're going to use them for. Maybe just kind of like jazz up some of our food. I think it would be kind of cool to make some kind of shake or something like that if we wanted to. As you can see, this is a very large. These are very large seed packets. I don't have a normal one for comparison. Actually, let me grab this one. I left this out here. It's empty, but it rained today, but this is the normal size seed packet. So for sprouts, you want a lot of seeds, because you want to be able to broadcast them across your little tray and have them very close together. You don't want to just like, have a couple of them on there. So obviously it's better to buy a bunch of them. She chose the sandwich mix, and then also the jazzy mix, and both of these are from Botanical Interest, and we got them at our local nursery. Another thing that I have learned is that they like to have real fluffy, well-draining soil, and so I'm going to go ahead and use this Espoma seed starting mix, because it's really fluffy, but it also has like a ton of vitamins in there. And I was speaking to some people over at the local nursery, and they recommended that this would probably be really good for it. It is some soil that's been outside, but as you can see, like, they told me to make sure that it's real fluffy and not wet or anything like that, that it could have any kind of disease in it or anything to cause harm to our little tummies. So, all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some soil in this. I'll probably take these apart so that way there's not a ton of soil going into the tray there. Go ahead and do it with the video. I can cut it a little bit, but what I'm going to do too, I'm going to try to fill the soil to pretty close to the top here. I guess right here. I'm going to spray it down with water to make sure it settles a little bit, and then I'm going to give it, make sure that it's pretty tall. I'll probably actually go up a little higher, spray it down with water, let it settle and everything like that. And the reason why I'm going up pretty high, where it's just barely on the bottom, is because whenever I trim the little sprouts, I want to be able to not get to the ground and stuff like that, and I want to be able to get as much of my little guys as I possibly can. So spray it down with some water here. It's a little bit of a breezy day today. So, got these little guys full of dirt there. Okay, so I got the dirt in here and I watered them really well. So I'm going to go ahead and start the sandwich mix here on this one. I might spread this a little bit. So there are ways to do it hydroponically, but I've heard that it is better to do it with soil, so we are going to go ahead and try it, especially since we had that weird incidents with the little pad thing and they just were really not working out very well. Oh, there's a little wasp down there. Ooh. Just going to broadcast them pretty evenly here. So yeah, if you can imagine if you had a tiny little bag of seeds, it would take like probably 6 of those bags just to cover this entire thing. And I bought these trays on Amazon. They weren't very expensive. I think maybe $8 for both of them, and they're reusable, so that's always a good plus. You just clean them up, do it again. And because microgreens have so many nutrients in them, they take it from the soil and they work really hard. It's recommended that you put new soil in there. And I intend on putting this with my compost pile thing that I have kind of like over in the corner, so I can reuse it at a later date for something else. Finish doing that. I'll show you guys a video or a shot of this when I get the rest of this other one done. This is the Jazzy Mix, which is an assortment of, there's brassica, raphanus, and lepidium. So it's just kind of like leafy greens with like a little bit of a peppery flavor to some of them. So that'll be kind of nice. Give a little bit of zip and a little bit of our food. This thing, I think it would be really nice to garnish fried eggs with it. I don't know why. Just kind of like having plans for these, which is never a good idea because that means that they may not work. But let's hope they do. Also, if you notice, still not dressed for the occasion, but I really wanted to come out here and do these real fast so that we can already have them going. I think they take, according to, this one says you can harvest in about 12 to 14 days. Let me check the other one, but usually in about 3 to 4 days you start seeing some really good growth, I believe. Like I said, we tried it, it failed, so I haven't done it yet in these these containers. All right. This one also says, let's see, 4 to 6 days. We'll see how long. 4 to 6 days to harvest, 12 to 14 for the Jazzy Mix. Okay. So let me go ahead and show you. So this is the sandwich mix, so you can see how close together I planted them. I might go through here and kind of do this. I'm going to spray them down with water too before I proceed with anything else. And then this is the Jazzy Mix. So I am going to put these on the ground so that I can water them and not have a big mess on my cute little crate. Okay, so I soaked them down really well. with the water. And now I'm going to put them in their little tray things, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next with them. Another tip that I received from the videos and the different people that I watched. So this one. So, another tip that they told me, or that I watched, is you need to put weight on the top of them for like 2 days or so, just kind of like check in on them and see how they're doing. But what that does is it helps stimulate the little seedlings so that they will grow. I am not 100% certain what the science is on the weight of them, but this is what they've been saying to do. So with this one, I'm probably just gonna, well, I'm not sure if that's gonna work. Okay. What I might do is just clean this one off once we're done with it from the bottom. And then I'm gonna find something to put over the top of that one as well. And I'm just gonna bring them inside and let them do their little thing. I have a fan that I'm gonna blow on them too to keep the air flowing so that there aren't any like really bad nastiness happening, or that I get an invasion from little fungus gnats. That's never fun. So, okay, well, maybe I can update you guys a little later on the progression of these little sprouty guys. So, happy sprouting. All right, these are the microgreens a few days after I took the weights off. They went pretty well, and there's the light setup and some other seedlings that I had at that time. Sadly, they met a demise, but we are going to try again.